Please feel free to ask questions in the chat box below, where Miss Seven will answer all your questions at the end of the session. As a reminder, please keep your microphones muted throughout the session to avoid any disruptions. And as well as for the attendance purpose, kindly rename your profile to your registered name. Without further ado, I hand over the floor to Miss Seven Cheah. Welcome, Miss.
Thank you, Nova. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone? Already having your breakfast, or are you still having breakfast? Yeah, you can have the breakfast and enjoy the today class. So we can together fill in our brain and also our stomach together, right? So allow me to share my screen first, so it's easier for us to communicate in the 2 hour class today, right? So I can see a lot of people in the room from different area and fields. Okay, now, so let me bigger my screen. Okay, so if you can hear me nicely, can see my screen nicely, and probably just put a 5 in the chat room, let's high five, so that we commit that we're going to start this 2 hour with very energy, and then we have a lot curious about Canva, trying to understand how Canva can help us in our productivity in the daily life, right? In the working life, basically. Okay, let me record it. So in the same time, wow, I see a lot of people saying high five online. Okay, high five virtually, okay? So if you are ready, then we will start today's class. And first, I will actually just do a very quick when my screen is not moving. It's moving now. Okay, I put the chat box a little bit down so it won't interrupt the slide. And also this one put down a bit. So suppose you can see the slide nicely. The chat also put down. Okay, now we're done. Okay, so good morning. I'm Seven Cheah. So I'm working around 10 plus years in content marketing. Don't ask me how many years, or else you know my age already. Okay, so basically I use AI as my partner a lot during my life as a content marketer. And of course, I work with the human, included videographer and also designer also. But in the same time, AI is still my best partner. And in terms of all AI tools I'm using, Canva will be the most longest one from the whole journey. Canva always with me. So that's why I want to share with you guys why Canva should be one of the best skill we equip ourselves during our career. So it make our life, career life easier and also effectiveness. Okay, so if you want to know more about me, can just go in linking and search Seven Cheah and you will find me in the linking with the same profile picture. And then next. So when we talk about visual and AI, these two things, basically it been combined together quite long time ago already. Because since 2022, end of 2022, we have the, ChatGPT, everyone's know ChatGPT. Since after generative AI coming to the market, actually visual now can be generated by AI. So Canva is one of the top in terms of when you say about visual generating and everything. And then they also have a lot tools and also small tips when using the Canva. It could help in terms of our office productivity. And today I'm going to share with you guys. And one reminder, if you have any questions or about the slide, about the talking, you can leave in the chat box. Or if you think that I'm talking too fast, you can say like, hey, Seven, please slow down in the chat box also. Because sometimes when I'm in the sharing mode, because those all the AI thing, all Canva thing is very exciting and very amazing to me. So when I'm sharing all exciting and amazing thing, I tend to be like too fast. So if you think I'm too fast, just type a slow down in the chat box here. Okay. So let's continue. And today we're going to actually basically explore like in terms of visual, how it actually help you in your office life and also how AI play a role here. Because everyone know like visual playing a good role. Like if I send you a long text, compare with a visual, right? We will choose to read the visual one. There's today life, right? We tend to be read those like short text, more animation, or more visual things, more chat things. So same thing when you communicate in your office, also we have to make our things interesting, visualization to make our colleague understand easily. But there's always a but, right? There's a lot challenging when we talk about wanted to make our daily office live communication become visually and interesting because we are not designer. Honestly, I'm not graduate from designing course also. I'm not designer, but I work with a lot of designer. That's why I understand how is the whole things work. So for normal people like me, when we wanted to mix the communication easy and visualizations, the first challenge we will have is always like time consuming, right? Because if you're just sending an A4 paper, yeah, to them like, we print the boring A4 text paper to them. Compared to you have to convert this A4 paper to something what you see now, a beautiful slide, and then have color, have the text bigger to focus or smaller. Those taking a lot of time. So that's why most of the time in the daily working life, we don't have time to beautify our thing. So it's very time consuming. And of course, you cannot go to your corporate designer also and ask them, hey, I have this project proposal I have to send to my CEO, but I don't have time to beautify my presentation. Can you do for me? Your designer, basically, they are doing for the marketing side. So marketing and branding side, basically for the internal side, very hard for the designer team to send the resources for you. So that's why we have to do ourselves. And also, we are very hard to do because it's time consuming. But today I'm going to share you the solutions. And the second thing, challenge for us, also inconsistent about branding, because when you wanted to communicate with your corporate colleagues, and sometimes you will confuse like, hey, should I consistent use the brand logo and brand color and also brand font and font size, or that is fine, I should be used another one. But if I wanted to use my branding material, like the brand color and everything, where can I find? I also not sure. Okay, so the branding part. And the third, and this is the most biggest challenge everyone talk to me, like they will tell me like, hey, Seven, I want to make a beautiful slide to talk about my project budget, but I don't know how to write. Yeah, I know like the first slide should be the title, and then second slide should be the total budget, and then the next, I don't know how to describe the budget spending at where, and then yeah, how to make it beautify and convincing to those like manager level or to my colleagues that hey, we should use this budget to do that, something like that. So that's one part of the challenge. And third, fourth, corporate collaboration about the visual. So this part is basically when your visual, for example, your budget approval plan that you want to send to manager. So in between the discussions about how this budget will be organized, have a lot of discussions, right? After discussion, you have to change your visual, change your slide again. Yeah, there's a lot here and there, and then update, and this part update, that part update, and then yeah, in the end, everyone confused like, hey, this slide, what should we do about this slide? So that's why today, like, I would like to share with you guys how can actually Canva help us to have a faster workflow, better design for a clearer communication among our team or outside our team among the team and team, professional output. So that you can convince people easily and save your time for strategies work. This one save the time for strategy work. Highlight here. Okay, why I want to emphasize this is because a lot of people are saying that AI replacing human. I don't agree that. So for me, AI is kind of like a car, a very new car. So less people know how to drive, but most people have already sit on the car, but we don't know how to drive. Okay, so basically, this AI, we have to drive as a human, we have to drive the AI to the direction we want. So those AI help you to save time for design, for writing the text, for writing your code for IT team. Those time saving actually for us to have more time to think about the strategy. Because AI can't, for now lah, okay, can't really have the strategies part. They know like, if you wanted a text, a PowerPoint slide looks like this, they know like they generate this like this for you. But they don't know how this slide, PowerPoint slide, this report, this data actually plays the rules in your company. So that's why you are the one that learning Canva and AI. So you save your time, then you have the brain to think like, strategy side, how should I set my direction of my team to align with the whole company being an umbrella? How should I coordinate with this team to create the 1 + 1 equal more than 2 effect, something like that? Those strategy part is our core. So that's why today we learn AI because we want to save our time to have more time about strategy side. And then come to the foundation of today, because I know today we have 100+ people from different areas. So some of you guys might be executive, might be senior, might be manager, C-level, or you are the co-founder, you are the founder of a business or something like that. You might be from different team also. Like for example, HR, what else? Marketing, any teams, IT, accounting, logistic, whatsoever team you have. So that's why in order to make sure today class we can push it smoothly, everyone like gain something from the class. So we set this as a foundation. We set a project life circle here. And we will see from this project life circle, how can Canva and the Canva AI playing a certain rules here. Okay. So I'm sure here, like if everyone's working adult or even you are student, also never mind. Student, of course, you have the project management experience also in your school. Like for example, you was organizing the fundraising, you was organizing a team gathering among your class or something like that. Those consider project also. In the same time in career also, you will have different project in your team also, like IT team, maybe you have like optimize the website project. Marketing team, you have like sales conversions project for your KPI. Of course, HR, you have a lot like team building and then also hiring or things like that. Okay, all these projects actually have those life circle, like the first is actually the initiation. So you will have a project normally with a scope first and maybe a goals. Then you will have actually wanted to brainstorm like how should I do this project and go to the planning part. Okay, after brainstorm the initiate about this project. Okay, we want, for example, we want to push our customer to 50% up, 50% increase compared to last year. Okay, so everyone will brainstorm in the initiation. How should we increase 50%? We probably give some free gift, we probably more marketing funds in terms of advertising in Google and Facebook. We maybe have those like event in the offline, something like that. And then you will go to, your project will move to planning, which is task breaking down, because in a project, everyone's have different rules, right? In a project, just now 50% up, you probably involve marketing, your product management, your logistics, your branding and PR. Those teams will have different tasks. And then of course they have timeline, they have resources, how to allocate and those things. And then your project will go to execution, which means do it part. Okay. So your progress will be tracked. You have to report your progress and any issue to your team leader, to your colleagues, and then tell them like, hey, how should this challenge be fixed or something like that. Team updates, those things can be helpful also using Canva. And the next stage, of course, the last stage of your process is closure parts. So come to the end of the years. Okay, we have to calculate. Just now our goal is 50% sales increase. In the final report, okay, 50% or not, we calculate. And then we find out like, why is 50% achieved or not achieved? Any reason, any case study, any problem, or any lesson to learn we should learn from this whole project. So this is the normal, basically, project life cycle that you will apply in your career or in your school. So for today, we're going to use this as a very foundations also to discuss all the functions and also AI tools in Canva later. Okay, so at least you get some idea like how this be applicable in the real life. Sounds good, huh? So we were going to the next one, which is the whiteboard. So if you still okay with me, then just start with one day, okay? If you have your Canva also with you, you can actually, I'm not sure you're using phone or laptop lah, but if you're using laptop lah, you can open one is the split screen now. One side is Canva, one side is me. Okay, so you can listen to me and then try to click in Canva together. But if you're using phone, then never mind, you just focus on my demo later. Because if you're using phone, it's too small. You cannot split screen. Otherwise, you can't see anything already. Okay, don't force your eyes so much. So if you're using laptop, then you open Canva. If you're using phone, then let's just see my demo. Okay, so Fiona, Hami, Fiona, Kamaria, Monica, Kitty, Sue, wow, everyone is there. Okay, good. So we will go into the first function I really like in Canva today, which is whiteboard. Okay, so next. So remember this thing, a very traditional thing in this girl background, with all the sticky notes and everything. So this is actually normally how we do brainstorm, right? We get the sticky notes, and then everyone have the sticky notes, everyone write the idea and then stick on the board. This is the most traditional one. And nowadays, maybe like whiteboard lah, some meeting room actually have whiteboard, so everyone write the idea in the whiteboard. And then we brainstorm how to do the things. Okay, so there's few ways to do, and today actually I want to share with you guys is how to do it with Canva. So even your team member is outstation, they are overseas, they are working from home, working from, I don't know, Canada or somewhere, they still can join the brainstorm and contribute as same as you guys. Okay, because nowadays our working life is actually quite different compared to before lah. Before that, we actually for all the team communication and everything, if you remember 10 years ago, normally when we talk about projects and also communications, we will tend to like bring the paper and then we go to the person and we sit next, and then we start physical discussions, right? That is the past. But nowadays, especially in past 5 years, you will realize your team management kind of very different. Especially those who work in MNC, your team have your corporate have different team like in Canada and Mongolia or something like that. Then you will realize that it's very hard to communicate with them virtually. You can't see them, but you have to make sure the communication is on the stage. Okay, so that's why Canva is actually provide one thing I really like is this one, we call it whiteboard. Okay, how to go this whiteboard? Basically, if you create a new slide, okay, I'm going to add one more slide. So I add a blank page for you first. So now actually, if you add a blank page in your design, you can make it extend to whiteboard. You can see now, extend to whiteboard, and you click. It will become a whiteboard. Okay, you see whiteboard will see the tiny dot. This one is whiteboard. If you don't want to create from your design, you can go to, of course, your home page, and you click this one, create. Can see right, left hand side. You see the create in your home page. This one, after you click also, you can find whiteboard down here. Whiteboard basically is the major function for Canva because they realized today team actually, we are no longer physical. So sometimes we in different time zone, we in different location, even like country. So they're making this whiteboard for us to discuss things online. Okay, so this is how to find your whiteboard. Okay, so I have create a template here. So whiteboard, the first function actually I very like is to use for brainstorming. So how to use for brainstorming? You open a whiteboard, don't worry about what to write in this empty space, okay? You can go to design, always left-hand side, see design, right? So you type keyword brainstorming. Even you spell wrong also never mind, it will remind you. Okay, so this is all the template for brainstorming. You can see different brainstorm, creative part, or those like business strategy parts is KWL. Then go down a bit. I want to show other things. Idea books, research, brand identity. This one, SWOT. If you very specific, like you want to do brainstorm for SWOT, SWOT have a lot template inside. So you can find this. And after you find this, if let's say you like this one, then you just click. It will automatically add inside. So very small, right? The first thing when you see like add inside, you will see the whiteboard is actually super small. Don't worry, you just move it. So make it bigger to something you can see. Okay, I'm going to put simpan sini dulu, so I have more space now. Okay, so I have more space in your whiteboard. So SWOT analysis, and then there will have like the discussions. Basically, you analyze your strength, your business, your opportunity, and also your threat. Apa tu bahaya your business. So these all four things, you put it out so that you can actually know your business directions. The fun thing here is for this whiteboard, actually you can share with different people. So you can click share, anyone with the link can edit, then you copy link, share to them, or you add their email address, both way can. So after you add them, they will be all inside here, and everyone, what can they do? They can actually create these notes. They can create the notes, the visual, digital, sticky notes, stick at the whiteboard there, and then they will combine all the ideas of different people. Okay, so after you have this one, they give us, if you don't know how to do Canva, very good one. They even give example for a small cafe. Strength is the track, the bahaya one is like, maybe doesn't have social media present. The weaknesses are a lot competitor, opportunity, community of coffee drinker. So after this all four things done, then you can basically combine and have a little bit directions for your business. Not just those like very serious things. I have one example is like very fun things. Okay. Where is that? So if like, let's say you don't want to do it for like SWOT is like a bit serious for more business, you can do it for your team also. For example, this one, I use idea mind map. So this one is among the team. If you wanted to make your teams like mix well together, so even you can create a discussions among them like, hey, how can we motivate everyone? So ask them to write down their idea. Freelance, this one, travel for best performance lah, team event lah, career grow lah, something like that. So you can ask your team to brainstorm those ideas for a better growth. So if you're unsure about how to use the template also, Canva very sweet one. They have those things here. So all the line, how to add the line, press L. How to have a beautiful line with text, double click the line. Very, very, very detailed one. If you click on the line and choose among the key, click the line and then you can edit the erroneous. Press C to have a circle. Those things is all here. So you don't worry about how to use the template. You just drag the template in your whiteboard, and then the next you can start play with it with your team member. Okay. So after this one go down also, you can furthermore make it a table form in here. So this is for the brainstorming part. So the second reason why I like to brainstorm in Canva also for document purposes. Because if I brainstorm using sticky notes in the physical event, just now the traditional way, like how this girl, like this girl, and then after that, and for sure one, these sticky notes were gone. Don't not go to where, but it was gone. Okay. Also same to whiteboard, you have to clean the whiteboard for the next team to use, right? So after you clean the whiteboard, then no one know about it. So all the ideas and everything might be missing. So that's why the reason I really like whiteboard in Canva is because I can always save it. See, I can put a name here, put a date, and then the key ideas of this whiteboard, and then save. Next time in my Canva, I can always find, just type the date, something like that. You can find all these things. Okay. So that is the two main reasons I like Canva to brainstorm. Come back to the slide from the whiteboard. The next thing we can do with whiteboard, not just brainstorming, but you can actually do the task mapping. So you can assign the tasks basically. How to do that? Same thing also. In the same whiteboard, for example, let's say you have this one, how to motivate everyone with this one idea map also. Then you want to make sure that everyone know what to do, right? So you can actually search about tasks. You click same thing, go to the left-hand side, search design, and then you search tasks. So then you will see all the task template for whiteboard. Canva very smart. If you open whiteboard, you search tasks, you will see all the whiteboard template. If you open PowerPoint slide, you search tasks, you will see all the PowerPoint template for the task. Okay, so that's why you have it all here. This one I dragged already. Team project task. So to-do list, in progress, in review, done. So this one basically gives you, remember just now, right? Project, we mentioned we have to have something like team update. So this one can be a fun way, an interactive way for your team to update the whole projects. So, and I know the traditional way is we use the Microsoft Sheet to update everything. Google Sheet or Microsoft near, what do you call it? Microsoft Sheet? Yeah. So to update all the things. But in now we actually like visually, if your team is actually kind of more like the visually one, you can try to use this one to monitor that rather than using the sheet. There's a different way to manage the different tasks. If a fun task, for example, like organizing a team event, team building event, so compared to use the traditional way, maybe you want to use a very interactive and fun way to manage this fun project. Okay, so this is for the task one. And then, this one is the sample page, so I delete the sample page so it won't interrupt me to find my slide. So other than task mapping just now, whiteboard also very good for process flow. Okay, so to map up the SOP, we have a lot SOP in our team and the decision tree in our team. So in Canva whiteboard, I will really suggest that other than brainstorming and also just now the task mapping, I would suggest we use it for our SOP also, process. Because in a company, we normally have a lot SOP, especially those like applying anything, apply the leave, apply the resources, what else process, customer service answering process, and every process in your SOP. Okay, same thing, go to design and then you search process. Then you will have all these things. You can see the customer support workflow, what else? Process infographic. So then I have this one, process punya template here. So the reason I really like to make process in whiteboard also, the main reason it looks much more interesting compared to I draw in PowerPoint. Okay, so because sometimes, right, especially when you train a new member, they really, if you send them a text like this one, for example, you send them text format like this one, most of the time they will miss here and there. Either the step 1 being missed or the step 2.5 get forgot or something. But if I send in like a visual nicely one, most of the time all the process will be followed. So that's why you see our human like us, how our eye and our brain like those color and also drawing. So that's why after that I use Canva whiteboard to do my process chart. So this is one of the template. You can see actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one will be easier for your team member to remember, kind of like remember all this process. Okay, if you pernah do those like exam in SPM history, right? So normally history will have the timeline. I'm not sure, but my teacher during the SPM time, he actually draw us a timeline about those significant history issue and also what should we remember with the name and yeah, a cute cartoon, something like that. So it looks more interesting for us compared to the whole news, the whole history textbooks. Okay, sejarah punya textbook. So that's why I actually recommend this for you guys also if you wanted to pass the process correctly to a team member, especially a large group of team member. Like restaurant, right? So they have something like closing punya SOP and opening punya SOP. Must as well do some beautiful thing and make sure they remember to do the step 1 to 6. Okay, so this one also, after you do it, you can actually print it out also. So this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can add all these text inside. Okay, I have to go a little bit faster or else. So this one is the process. Same thing, every template in whiteboard beside will have this one, Canva tips for whiteboard. So you will see this one here. Okay, sounds good. So after whiteboard, we go to the next one. Oh, sorry, I go too fast. Okay, I will be a little bit slow down. From beginning of Canva. So I will be slow down a bit and then allow me 1 minute to show the Canva main screen. Let me go back to Canva main screen. So for everyone, whoever never used Canva before, don't worry about that. You can just go canva.com, canva.com, then you will see this one. Now you can see my main screen, like Canva main screen. So this one is basically where you create those magic. Okay. Fantastic. I just want to make sure. Thank you, Stan. I just want to make sure when I change tab, you can see. Okay. So this one in the home, what you have to do is you can click create. See the purple button there, click create. And then you can go to whiteboard. It's all these things I mentioned just now. So don't worry later if you haven't registered Canva or you have a Canva free account. Inside also have a lot free template. You can register and explore the free template. Okay. So basically nothing will go wrong when you click create a template in Canva. So you just click inside and then you will see all these things. All these templates like process, like just now the brainstorming, and then also the team and task allocation. Okay. So after you click create, if you want to change template, you just go to design in your left-hand side design and you search the keywords. So keyword like brainstorming, like task, like team, all is available here. So later you can go explore here. Okay. So if you want to create other things like presentation, social media, also all is available here. You just, let's say, click presentation, you have all these templates. Social media, all social media templates, Facebook, Instagram story, and all things. This is the measure usage. Document later, I will share you. Sheet also later, I will share you. Okay, so whiteboard presentation, social media basically is now the measure thing people use Canva to create. The reason is because it's very fast. Okay, all these template available and we can just drag the template and edit. So that's why a lot of people use Canva for these purposes. The rest is photo, edit, video, and those print at website. Useful, but seldom people use. Okay, so in the home page, you will see your home projects is whatever you create before. Template, of course, is template, like all these template in Canva. So brand and Canva AI data lah. So this is the main thing, projects and home. So after you create, in terms of create, the designing the page, like in the left-hand side, you will see design, which is all the template, element, which is whatever elements like for the graphic, the drawing, the photo and everything inside here. Text, of course, is text. No point. No, nothing to explain. There's a lot font of text here. Brand, no need to talk. There's a pay function. We skip this one first. Upload is whatsoever things you uploaded inside Canva will be here. Okay, so basically the things you will use majorly is these 4 things. Design, element, text. These 3 things. The basic thing you understand, then you can create a good design. Okay. Canva and Canva AI. Okay. Different of Canva and Canva AI is Canva, you use a template to design. Canva AI, you ask AI to help you to design. Okay. So for example, maybe today we create a flyer. Wait, let me input English first. Flyer about leadership camp. So Canva AI actually will design a template for you. So depend on you like to design starting from template, which is the create, or you starting from Canva AI, both way can. So there's the same similar thing. But for me, I like to starting from template because I can choose. But sometimes Canva AI, yeah, is, AI sometimes get me in a very wrong way. So it might get your prompt in a very different way. But if a simple prompt like leadership campfire, right, should be still fine. If you're going to have a very a difficult or a very lengthy prompt, sometimes it will get you in a very wrong directions also. So same thing, use Canva editor, and then you will be starting your design. The same one. If you don't like this one, then you go to template and then start with a new one. You go to the template and then fire. Same thing. Okay. So the reason why I like templates is because sekali 5 minutes I can scroll down and then choose. But Canva AI sometimes I have to wait quite long. But both way can. So this is so we have talked about the home of the Canva and how to start the design. The left panel of the design, the main three things, design, element, and text. Main three things we have to know. Canva AI. Later on, I will show you more Canva Magic AI function also. So let's come back to the slide here. So after we talk about whiteboard today, what else function will be helping us in terms of our career and also our professional wise? So the next thing I would like to share with you guys is Canva document. I kind of love it so much, and also their Magic Writer. Okay, Magic Writer also one of the AI function in Canva lah. If you see any magic link with Canva, which is AI, they just try to branding in like a magic series, so sounds more cool. Sounds like different from the market. You know about marketing and branding, right? So that's why most of the function of AI in Canva, actually they call it like magic. So Magic Writer. So the first thing now is actually Canva document first. So what is the point we want to use document? Just now, remember right, 5 minutes ago, Seven just mentioned like, hey, we don't like to see document. Now I want to share with you guys why I like Canva document. Okay, so document basically normally we use it in a scenario of meeting agenda lah, minutes lah, briefing lah of your projects and summaries of your projects, right? In Canva, the reason I like them is because I don't need to create my document myself. Okay, so can you see my slide now is the cat slide? Why we need a cat? Okay, this one I want to show you how to automatic create the Canva document. Thank you, Hamida. Okay, so this one, of course, this is a demo one because I cannot show you the project detail. If I show you a project punya PowerPoint, then I maybe accidentally disclose some sensitive information. So I share a general one, why we need CAT, okay? So if you have a PowerPoint slide like this one might be your meeting PowerPoint slide. But after the meeting, you want to have a summary so that for those didn't come, they can actually read the summary, or whoever already come, but if they want to recap, they can read the summary. So what you do now in Canva, this PowerPoint slide, you click the resize up there, convert to document. This one should be still the free function. Last week I checked still free, but I'm not sure. Yeah, if you see now, you can let me know. Because sometimes if a function is very popular, Canva will suddenly convert to pay function. Makes sense because they are a corporate, right? They are a business want to earn money also. So in terms of click the resize and scroll until the end. Scroll until the end. End already. Okay, so you see transform in document. You will see there's a lot format. Summary, blog post, outline. If you click these three dot, you will see like more blog post lah, linking post lah, video script lah, also have poem. I'm not sure why people want to turn PowerPoint slide to poem, but interesting. So the most useful for me is executive summary here, the first one. So then after you choose, you just transform and wait for a while. Oh, already transfer to document, turn to pro function. But I'll still show you guys because I feel this one saves a lot of my time to create those documents for different teams. So then after create, then you open it. Wait for a moment. Then you will get a kind of like not so boring punya document. So this one, normally in the document, Canva will add some image, the header, and also some image to make the whole document look a little bit fun and more interesting. And those texts will be auto-summarized in here. Okay. So if let's say you don't have this convert to document function because it's a pro function, but still you want to create this document, a very visualizing document, go back to Canva man. Okay, let me go back to home page. And then you can still create a document. So click the purple create and then document. So inside here, you can still see a lot template of document like corporate report, testimony borang. You can print this out. Okay, I think this one very useful also. Wait a moment. So after you select a template like this one, testimony borang, okay, Canva now have more Malay template. That's good for me. So then you can just edit maybe something, image, or this is not my product. You want to add your product image, then delete, add your product. Term and condition. Kepada orang ramai, okay. Then you can edit here. And the tarik. Done. So this document is very helpful for us if you have a lot text and documents. Is kind of like A4 size, but you really wanted to make it a little bit fun, and then when people see the document, they won't feel like it's so boring. Like for example, this one, testimony borang, if you put it in Microsoft Word also can, but just like without this funny drawing here and there it will be only here, this part, the blue color part, nama penuh so a bit boring so Canva help you to add some funny image here and there, so make sure your audience actually feel much more interactive and also funny when they fill in this like those documentation. Okay, so this one is Google document. You can explore more later. To transform document, we need to click where? To transform to document, you have to click resize and then scroll until the end. You need scroll until the end and then transfer the document. But it's already a pay function, so which means you have to Canva Pro account, the pay one. Your free account maybe cannot. So become more interesting. Good. So after document, this is all the document actually we create. Just now, remember, the whiteboard, we have one whiteboard about the team event, right? It also can be converted to the document easily. So this one is the conversion. Okay. So after document, this one I really wanted to share with you guys. Some of the Magic Writer still free. Some of it should be a pay one. Yeah. Okay. So if you in Canva, how to find your Magic Writer? You actually just need to click the text, and then you will see this one, a pen with some like magic thing behind the pen logo, and then some magic here and there. So this one is Magic Writer. So click inside. So we ignore the transform text because it's a pro version. I believe most of them we have free account. So they can actually, now the free function is rewrite, fix writing, fix spelling basically, continue write, making your draft idea to a longer one, or making your long idea to a shortened one, more fun one, making it in a more formal. More formal is super helpful for me. Okay. So more like corporate tone sometimes. And changing the voice also the pay one, so just ignore. These two should be still the free generic quiz and AI voice, but these two we won't discuss today. So we wanted to discuss the basic free function first. Rewrite, fix the spelling, continue, shorten, fun, and formal. So for example, right, now this one, my original is actually summarize the lengthy note. Rephrase the sentence for clarity and professional tone. So if I write magic, ask to rewrite, maybe I don't really like my tones and everything. So it will help me to rewrite. This one, I think rewrite to more like professional already. Okay. The fun thing is more like this, and then also this part. If you happy with this format, you can click more like this. If you're not really happy, you want to make a little bit edit, you can click this part, and then this part easier would. So you can generate again. Turn the long notes into summary. Rewrite sentence, make them clear. Yeah, sounds more easier to understand. If you're happy, you copy. Either you can copy, you can add below, or you replace. Replace the current one. Add below is adding in the below. So copy, yeah, very easy, copy paste. Okay. For other language also work. For now, I think English is the language working the best. For Chinese, I tried before, not very good yet. Malay, according to my Malay friend, Malay still okay. But you can try later on. Magic Write is a Canva AI. Yes, Magic Write is a Canva AI also. Okay, so rewrite is just now rewrite the text. Fix spelling is, this one also, the function I like a lot, because sometimes when I type too fast, I tend to let me type the typo first. So you can see, right, TYP, I was wanted to write type. I have another also, my Grammarly, but sometimes Grammarly didn't catch it, and then you can actually ask Canva to rewrite, fix the spelling. So Canva will see this one. Type the typo. So you can replace with the original, then you get the original one. Because sometimes, when you're typing too fast, the keyboard actually, yeah, I will tend to type the wrong thing most of the time. So that's why this one actually saves my slide a lot, especially when I wanted to do a slide very fast, in like probably just like 1-2 hours, I want to finish a 5 slide. So my typo will be fixed by Canva. Okay. Yeah, can just replace the word correct. So you can just replace it, so you don't need to add below. I add below just now just to show the comparison. But if you're doing for yourself, you can just replace it. So same thing happen, continuous writing were very helpful for document, because when you're writing a document, or sorry, I'm student for thesis, you're trying to make the words longest to fit the enquiry, right? But sometimes our brain cannot think that much. So see, this one continue, right? So it will based on your context, based on your context, you still have to give a little bit context first. So it will continue explain the whole thing. Okay, so let me just insert this one. So now my text becomes so long. Super lengthy now. Super lengthy, no problem. Shorten it again. Click shorten and wait. So normally when it's shortened, it will give you point form, because it will easier for them to shorten the text and without consider a lot about the grammar side. So most of the time it will become the bullet point near format. So then let me add below comparison. Too much already. And more fun and more formal later, you can explore it. More fun is more like for those like event flyer, for probably the internal team punya, internal your team punya lah, not consider management level. Internal team punya communication material can make it more fun. But for those like go to your boss and manager one, I would suggest you guys still use more formal lah, especially for those like report, yearly report, quarterly report, and everything lah. So you just use the formal tone to make sure your tones more professional and specific to whatsoever thing that you're trying to express. Don't use the fun tone for professional material. Okay, so this one very helpful. The most helpful for me basically is fixed spelling, continuous writing, and more formal. This is the three things I really like. But you can, based on your situation and to exploit, maybe for you is a different one. Okay, so depend on your situations one. It really help a lot. Yes, I actually agree that it helps us a lot, especially when I try to create those report. Okay, so this one, explore later. And the next one I want to share with you guys is projects, updates, and report. So just now we have documents and also we have magic, right? So now we have those like project update to either your team member or your manager, both way. So for projects updates, why we have to do project updates? Of course, the communication, the process is we trying to keep everyone in the same page, because sometimes the other team, they will decide whether they want to start to optimize the website or adding a new social media poster or something like that. It's based on your event. Maybe your event now is like launching on next week, next Friday, but you delay the launching. You delay the launching to Saturday because boss says Saturday live will have more people to watch. If you didn't update to the social media team, they still post the poster of flyer of Friday. GG lah, everyone. So that's why you have to communicate the process. Okay. You can link the text with Grammarly too. Grammarly, because I have a plugin in my Chrome lah. I have Grammarly plugin here, extension. So that one Grammarly is a different one. It's not the Canva. So you can, the Grammarly one, you have to click the extension, download the extension separately, not the Canva one. Okay. So come back to the communication, the process. How can we use Canva to save our time to communicate and in the same time to beautify all the communication message? So there's few things I would suggest is, of course, the first one is the PowerPoint slide. I really like Canva about their PowerPoint presentation. So I think since 5-6 years ago, I'm no longer using Microsoft PowerPoint. I use Canva PowerPoint so much time. Every training material I have mostly is actually using Canva. Okay. So same thing here. Canva have a lot PowerPoint. I show you in design, left-hand side design, finding template about the report. So same thing if you wanted to doing PowerPoint about your weekly update. So you can just search weekly report here or weekly progress report, same thing lah. And then you just choose a template, sounds good. And one free one. So if you don't know what to write inside here lah, I want to make it bigger a bit. So even you don't know how to write a weekly report, also never mind. In all the template, it will teach you how to write. It will have basically the complete structure, but still you have to write yourself using Canva AI, the magic writer just now. But they at least give you the structure like introduction, message to your leader, maybe don't need. Key highlight of this week, priority, and then measuring process, last month performance, compare some performance or last week performance. progress statistic, and the step about the process, the step about execution. Any discussion remark also inside here. Okay, so they have a lot different report, so you can find it. I think progress report go to ESG already. So normally it will have like progress overview lah, goal lah, what is your weekly process, any metric or KPI inside here. Individual project process punya update also inside. So if you don't know how to write a report, Canva help us a lot. Okay. So because I still remember when I very new in the industry, like 10 years ago, I still very new. Okay. So I actually don't know how to write a weekly report, but my boss asked me to write. So I actually use Canva, have the structure. In the past time, 10 years ago, still not yet that beautiful in Canva, but all this structure actually is there. So I just follow the structure and then I try to write something. And then my manager say, oh, very good. So I'm like, oh, very happy lah. So this one is weekly status punya report in a PowerPoint punya format if you wanted to make your team update. But for example, if we don't want to do a PowerPoint update, right? Because PowerPoint normally at least 5 pages. Sometimes people would think that every week want to write 5-page summary report is kind of too lengthy. So that is okay. Then we can actually use 1-page report. So this one. Okay. So same thing inside here. Project status report here. So this one is a 1-page template lah. So same thing, either you can search here project status report for a page, or you go back home page, you can click the create and then project status report. Project report. Then you can get the 1 page first and then go to the template to find. Design. Project up. Project proposal. So the same thing in those 1-page project report here, you can have it. Let me make it bigger. You can have this thing: campaign performance, detail progress, any problem you have, put it here. But for this thing, I think for project progress reports mostly is the pay one. I want to see this one. This one is the pay of it. Oh, the only one free one is here. No wonder I cannot find. So this one, 1-page one. So in this case, if you think this one, the free template looks a little bit quite boring. So you can actually edit it. Either you change color or you add something element inside. Left-hand side, go to element. Let's get some office. And get graphic. So you can add something different in your report. Oh, this one looks good. So a little add-on here, when you wanted to edit the design inside, it's very like easy and fast. You just need to create the element. For example, now I want to click add the new element, right? In the left-hand side, I just find the element and I search whatever keyword here. So if I want to edit this element, I click and then I can edit. Same thing. Or I want to flip it horizontal, vertical. Of course, I don't flip vertical because the file will look abnormal now. Okay. So you can add the line also to the element and those things, animation, position. So normally I don't add line also. And if you want to edit the text, same thing, you just click inside, you will see, click the text, you will see you can change the font, the type, the size of font, the color, this one, the next text color, bold or unbold, this one, alignment, this, spacing, and those things. This one is transparent effect. So you can see all this upper of the text one is very similar to those like Microsoft Words or Google Sheet, Google document. So don't worry that you don't know what to click. Okay. And in the same time, don't worry you click anything wrong. If you click anything wrong, right, you can put your mouse up there. Can see this one undo in the blue one. This one undo. If you think that I don't like just now, I click something wrong, undo. Okay, so don't worry about clicking wrong. You can always undo in Canva. So one of the frequent functions used by me is undo. Okay. So come back here. So this is the two types of report. One is one-page report, one is PowerPoint report. And the next thing is a new function in Canva now. So they call it sheets also. The pronounce is like very hard to pronounce sometimes, like sounds like a bad words. Okay. So this one I would like to introduce to you guys also is this one, the top one. So same thing, click the button create and HHEETS, you will come to this one, sheets. So this, I really like it because it sounds like a combination of Microsoft Excel and Google Sheet to Canva. Okay, let me open one thing to share. If I checking my project, I think this one sounds good, project timeline. Wait for a moment. Okay, let me make it smaller, a bit too large. So you can see the project timeline, the sheet function, it actually adds all the details already, project timeline, with phase. So even the phase also got selections already. Planning, creative, review, and launching. You can, of course, add a new option and inside. So the stage. And then the task, you can write your task here. And assign to who. Okay. So this one now you can only see me because here is this sheet only share among me. So if you have a Canva team version, with all your team member inside Canva, then this one you can assign. If you, like me, right, only one person in my team, then I cannot assign anything. Okay. Status, same thing. It gives you all the status of the projects already. Started, block, complete, under review. Not stated in progress, block, under review, completed. So you can see like very beautiful and nicely one. Of course, you have a lot tasks and stage, right? Just now we have 4 stage, and then tasks, and then of course we have different timeline also. Put it smaller. So it will show you like May, June, July. This one, of course, we can edit lah. For example, now it's already June, maybe my project start in July, August, and also September. Something like that, always can edit. Then you can put the color in terms of to indicate this project in which stage. So every stage, Like for example, all this down one is actually launching site. Launching site, of course, in the end of the project. Takkan you launching in the May of in the July of the week 1 before you have all this material ready. So that's why all inside is here. And one thing here also, they can have the formula. So let's say 1, 2, 3. Okay, same thing. If anyone accountant or HR here, so you experience with using the Microsoft Excel, so the same thing, you can have the formula here. Sum is equal to here, right? So all this thing is this. All the formula is the same actually, almost similar, not all is same, but it's almost similar. So you can sum all the thing together. And then you can generate a new table. You can have a magic insight also. Magic insight basically analyze the table. How many tasks I have in July. But the magic insight one should be a pay function. Only this sheet function is a free version. So now you can see how Canva actually be a business. They're trying to make all the function related to business a pay one. So they make sure whoever operate a business using Canva is actually using the pro version. So this one, the inside one, is actually will show you this inside of this table. So it will tell to me like if there's total number of July is 12 tasks, but only 2 is completed. And 5 is actually not started yet. And generate me some draft and there. So this one a bit advanced. But actually, I just want to introduce you guys this one, the sheet. Okay. So in terms of sheet, there is a lot template inside, including like checklist. I would say that useful for business and also team communications, checklist, and also budget. The rest, I think, still okay. Timeline, checklist, and budget. These 3, I think, for now, for me, is useful. Okay. The rest, you can actually check later. Checklist also the same. Loading a little bit. My internet's a little bit fast. So checklist, it will automatically give you all these templates also. This will easier for you to actually manage your project. For example, like you are a team lead, right? You are a leader, and then your team have those tasks. This is the task passed to your team based on the brainstorming in the whiteboard just now. So you can list it down here, and then you set the priority and in charge by who. If you don't want to use this one, you can actually type the name like this. Okay, come back. So 7. Something like that. So in progress, completed, under review, completed. All this status inside here. So this is also a very new function in Canva. They're just launching April this year. So you can try to go inside and pay here and there around any template to present talent assessment mapping. That's a good question. The talent assessment mapping, you can try to search inside your site to find whether they have. Can we track previous info that have been deleted? Oh, this is an interesting question about deleted. Okay, let me search the talent assessment mapping. Sound doesn't really have a very. They have more like leadership development for just now Fiona asking, right? So maybe you can try to use one of the template and to add it to whatever you mentioned just now. because seems like talent assessment mapping is a very specific need for your business. So you can try to use the assessment template or leadership development template to create one more for you. So I want to answer CP questions first. Can we track back the previous info that have been deleted? This one always been asked in my class. So make sure, I will say try to make sure don't delete your element. But if you delete accidentally, you can find it back in 30 days. Where's my chart again? So if you see here, okay, I move this chat box to somewhere else. It's blocking my view now. So inside Canva, right, here is the home page. In your home, you scroll down until here. You should see this one, Trash, Trash. So you click inside. You will see all the design you delete, but you can only have 30 days. So which means 1 month to restore them. If you delete already over 30 days, you cannot restore. So this one I was deleted before. So I can click this 3 dot, and then click restore. So make sure you restore once you delete accidentally delete I know sometimes when we design, right, our brand just gone and then we delete. So if you delete, then you just quickly come to trash and then restore them. Okay. But over 30 days cannot file already. So make sure you come in faster. So for my side, I don't have much things delete because normally I don't delete anything for my Canva. Who knows, some days I have to use it. So I only delete those like draft template or those like template I use for experiment. But all this image or video I've uploaded to here, normally I don't delete one. Because sometimes I really memang need after like a year, I will come back to Canva to find. So yeah. Zoom recording, I think Pauline one, I think wait for the admin to respond. So come back to our slide to maintain. Okay, so this one sheet, later you can explore it and see how can it helpful for your project update and project management. The next is about presenting your report. Okay, so remember just now in the last stage of our project is ending already, our project is closed. But after closing, we always have one thing called after event report. So this is for us to show how successful is us. Okay, so normally we will talk it in a very optimized way, in a very good way. So we present some impact that we actually created. We present some statistic about the number we have attracting or we have converted, and we have some like those data thing inside. So this one normally will in PowerPoint slide presentation also. So you can actually click success story or those things. Then you can find some template inside. So normally those success template, they have like more than 10 page, but you can actually choose 1 to 2 page that is useful for you. Don't need to follow all the template. For this one, I think is for my yearly report. So for example, you use the annual report template for your projects, and you can actually just choose some that is related to your side. So inside here got a lot, right? Corporate overview, market positions, balance sheet, yearly marketing, performance report. So this one. So you can choose something related. For example, key metric breakdown. If we don't have impression, maybe that is our social media social media follower trend, something like that. Then you can edit. Change the number, then it will reflect inside here. Same thing also if you depend on your KPI lah, project punya KPI. If your project is something like team building event, of course, team building event, we don't have any social media follower. So it can be, the metric can be like the good feedback from the team. So you can paste some screenshot about the feedback of the team and then inside here. Then everyone add some elements of timeout. So add some elements of timeouts here and there to show how is actually your process. Okay. So why this one is actually important is because compared to the, I'm going to go back, compared to actually text format with a designer is actually making your data sounds more convincing. Because let's imagine this one, if you write in a Word document, then it will be only text and black and white. So when people see a black and white text, it didn't sound impactful. But if you add some design here and there, and then you add some chart, 90% or something like that, people will think that, hey, you actually make some good impact in the past year, in a past project. Even those projects may be just like 1-2 months. People still appreciate about you make it looks nicely and beautiful. So this is the reason why for after event report, I would strongly suggest to use Canva here. So go back to here also, homepage. If you want to create a presentation, you can search here after, see, I typo again. That's why I need Canva Magic Writer. After event report. So I can choose either I want a portrait one or I want a presentation one. So maybe just the portrait one. Then wait for a moment. Then I can see all these like annual report star inside. Wow, way too much template. And sometimes maybe like in Canva, the main thing is like too much template you wanted to choose. So in this, if let's say like you see so many template, okay. So in this case, you can either choose a similar color tone with your company or corporate. So for example, let's say your company brand color is more like orange or the gray, or more like the gray one. Maybe you want to choose a dark blue with a gray one. Maybe your brand logo have some yellow, then you choose some yellow color element in your template. So all this template choosing is based on the need of your documents. So in the case like, I think this font or this type of the text still can be amended, but the color you can amend, just a little bit trouble. So that's why I would suggest, since first of the choosing, you already choose the similar color. Okay. So even when you're searching also annual report. Even when you're searching, you can only specific, you click this one filter, you can specific to certain color. Like let's say I want some yellow one. So you will see all the template recommend is somehow or less have some yellow element inside. So that will be easier for me to choose a suitable template for my business. Okay, so this is a small hints for how I choose from the 1,000 template. Because sometimes too much template will be a frustrated thing also. spending too much time in finding the template, right? Okay, so this one is the report side. Also can use PowerPoint to do that. And then after that, I also want to introduce you the last two AI function that is very useful in Canva also, a magic series one. The first thing is magic media. So basically, magic media is to transform visual to words. Okay, why I want to introduce this thing? Let me show you why first. So in Element, actually you can search photo, right? So sometimes maybe I want to search photo of Asian businesswoman. Okay, so I can click this one, photo, either photo, graphic, videos, I can search. Okay, so photo, this one is all the photo. So sometimes maybe I don't find the photo I want. So in this case, we can use magic media to create the visual. So how to do that? Same thing, go to element, scroll down. Okay, you will see one thing called AI image generator. It's basically magic media lah, huh? Okay, now rename again. So with a toolkit here. So you just click generate your own. And then in image here, Asian business woman signing contract. Of course, for style, you can select the different style one. But normally, I don't want to select first because I want to see what is the AI giving me. So I will just select the size lah, most of the time. But you can, of course, you can select both in the same. Move this chart box. So under there, this one will have generate image. For free account, Magic Media, I think they give only 10 or 5 credit to the free account only. So be sure you checking your account credit limit. But for Pro one, I think every month you should have 500 one. So this one is the generated. So for example, you see, it gives me cartoon and real life. This one cartoon, this one more real life. This two is like other more people. Maybe this one is the one that I like, but I want more idea. So I will click these 3 dots and generate more like this and wait. So it will actually have 1-2 minutes to wait for the generation. And the number 4 one take a little bit more time. So let's imagine I take the number 3 one. Still okay lah, more Asian. The spec also look nice. Just the mouth a little bit different. The finger okay lah. Okay lah, looks good for digital material. Just don't use it in a big flyer, should be still okay. So this one is for us actually to find some template or find some photo that we couldn't find in the stock image, because sometimes stock image is very limited to the things that we're trying to find. So that's why in this case, I think Magic Media sounds very good one. Just, yeah, if you need more credit, you need to pay lah. Okay, so this is one of it. Then what is the next one? Is the magic animation. So for those like PowerPoint slide in the professional life, we create a lot of PowerPoint slide, right? So if you want to make your PowerPoint slide interesting a bit, you can click this animated, what did I say? Animated, and inside you will find all animation inside. So feature general, that is the add-on one in down there. Why my mouse cannot scroll down? All these different one. Then it will actually make your slide more interactive. See, when my mouse move, the slide actually move based on the animation. So this all animation you can add inside here. If you memang don't want to try the jumping here and there, too much jumping one, you can just use the corporate one. So this one, corporate, simple and easy. So sekali, you can apply to all page. You choose the animation, you can apply to all page in the same time. For whoever using the pay version one, you will see this one called Magic Animated. It will instantly animate all the page in your choice. So this one is lagi senang option lah. So you just click inside and then it will suggest you few animation style and then you can just select. So this one basically I use for all my PowerPoint presentation. I just click the magic animation and then dynamic to all. But of course, it always suggests me professional because my PowerPoint slide normally is about teaching material. But sometimes I will use also digital or energetic one. This is my personal preference. For your preference, you can choose a different one. So if you don't like the magic animate suggestions, because it's quite limited also, you can actually select from the feature or the general down there. Like this one, quite cool. Super cool. Okay, so this is to make your slide move and also catching back your attention of your audience, because sometimes your audience is actually in the, when a long time of presentation, they might lost the focus already. So that's why you have some animation like this one. They were like, okay, let's focus back. Oh, good. Okay, so come to the recap of today. Moving, my slide stop now. So we have actually talking quite a lot different thing today in these 2 hours, because I'm trying to share all these possible case study with you guys. So we learn about faster report, generate the report, team update, presentation for briefing, how to solve your writings problems. If you don't know how to write, Magic Write can help for you. Create engaging visual, summarize with the document, Canva document, how to easier collaborative with each other, and also visual communications. Of course, we also answer some inside the chat box about the Canva AI and also those like different questions. So go back to our foundation. Here. Today, we in the beginning of class, we actually have this one, right? So projects life circle. So let's see whatever we shared just now, Canva function, how can it be used in all these life circle? So at least like you have some idea, later on you can try on in your corporate. So the first is, of course, the initiations part. We can use just now, my strongly recommend will be whiteboard, and also in your Magic Writer. Okay, so in the same time also, if you wanted to make the whiteboard something more organized, maybe you would prefer to write it in a document. So using Canva document to mark down all your brainstorming. And then the next one is planning. So we mentioned about we have to plan the projects, have to break down the tasks, have to break down the timeline, resources, allocate everything. So of course, whiteboard can be chosen. Presentation also can be chosen. Documents also can be, I missed one in the planning. I think sheet also can be used in here. And also Magic Write can be used in here. And then let's go down. Next. Okay. When I opening Zoom dengan Canva, sometimes it get a little bit lag. So my slide not very responsive. I'll come back. Okay, so the third is actually executive. So we basically what to do, and then we want to do something. We have those like presentation to keep our team update about the whole every status, and also issue logs, and also Teams updates. Document also can be used, and I would suggest maybe Magic Animate and also the animation and also media can be used here, because sometimes you're trying to create something, but you actually kind of confusing, like you cannot find the correct media. So that's why these three magic functions can be used here also. And of course, for the end of the project, so already you close your project, you want to have a final report, you can have the presentation slide to present your result and your successful and your data, any achievement, any event photo you can add inside also. So the magic function still you can use as a top up of this presentation. So this is the inside the here. 1, 2, 3. And one more thing I was wanted to share just now, I saw the questions, but I forgot to answer. I forgot that I was wanted to add on one thing. So come back to here. Just now I mentioned, like, Canva AI have a lot of functions. This one in the homepage one is one of the latest of Canva AI that you can choose to design your document or design your PowerPoint slide starting from AI, whether starting from template. So two way, right? One is starting from template, and then you search maybe report. Then there's all the report punya template down here. Another one is you using Canva AI, you click report, and then you select design for me, or you want to create a image, or very specific one, you want to draft a document. Coding for me, this one is more like for IT side lah. Whoever in IT team, you can try. But for now, coding for me lah, my personal experience with it is a little bit still not that interactive. Like all this created one can be used, but very limited, can only be used inside Canva. It's very hard for me for use the coding align with another third-party tool. So coding this one, I still, yeah, it's a new thing, but not very helpful yet. So two things very helpful is either design for me or draft a document. Design for me, just now I show you guys already. So draft a document, I want to show you guys also. Report of weekly about leadership. Okay, about launching new product. So I can ask draft a document. I want a weekly report about launching new product, and then I click this one, submit. If you don't like typing prompt, you can using voice also, just talk to the Canva AI. Both way can, but I just like typing. So click submit and then wait for it. Tunggu sekejap. So in terms of tunggu time, then you can actually, sketching a little bit so that your brain get a little bit rest for the strategy part. Quite long. So suggest some document design. It's supposed to give me at least 3 design, but I think another 2 is loading. But we check this first. So same thing, all from Canva AI. Actually, after you click inside, you can use Canva editor to edit. So you can scroll down to see the design. Product launching report. Key update, progress against goals, challenge, key achievement, next step, summary. So it's pretty completed already lah for the structure of a weekly report. In the case, you actually have to just change inside, change a little bit here and there lah. Even inside also, it teach you how to write the thing, list the key activity plan for the upcoming week. Example, focus on the outstanding technical issue. Monitor customer feedback. Wow. So this one, if you click Canva editor, you can edit that. Okay. So this is basically the new AI functions inside. This one, Canva AI is a new very function in the Canva. But all the magic function is the last year update. So some is still the remain the free trial. Some is actually having the limited free trial for those free account. But if let's say you wanted to upgrade your plan, let me show you also. So this one. If you really wanted to upgrade your plan, you can always come inside the Canva to upgrade. For yearly plan now is 250. And discrimination, I didn't earn any money from Canva, okay? I just wanted to share. So if you are any those like educational for college and also university, you can actually ask them, do they have any plan for those like campus, or you are a school or NGO? Because Canva actually do give the free access for NGO, school, and campus. Campus, I'm not sure lah, but those like school, secondary, and also primary, I remember they do have. So this one you have to talk to them and then yeah, basically contact them and show all the proof and all the document to them lah. So this one you can explore later. So before I end the class, any things that you guys wanted to ask? And of course for Canva, it's more like a tools. All the AI functions, all the templates, for me, it's actually a tools. But everyone here, including me, we are the one that have to decide like, which template, which AI function, which color, which font that we have to select to make sure this visual or this template we created actually can increase our productivity or making all the team member easy to understand everyone in the same page. So this is our responsibility. Everything you saw my discussion just now is not a must. Maybe it works for me, but you have other stuff, you have other way can be works well. So for Canva, you can always have the attitude of experiment. I always tell my student like just experiment it. So don't afraid like you create anything wrong. That's fine. We can always like click the just now the undo, right? So we can always undo the things. So if you click wrong, then you undo. If you think that not happy with the design, then you undo. So don't worry about you add any element add any image you feel like takut lah, tak nak doing. Just try and do. Yeah, and then you will be surprised that actually I also can create those amazing image. I can create a very good PowerPoint slide. I can create a very impactful project timeline tracking for my team so everyone know what to do in when. I can create a SOP in a whiteboard and then bring it out in there. So it's interactive, beautiful, so no one will mistake the SOP again. So that is the key target of today. So after today, guys, hopefully you guys learn something and actually can be practiced in your career. So or in your student life if you are still a student, because I know some student joining also. So if you have any questions after today, or if you test and try and you found that I have this successful example I really want to share with Seven, you can always go to LinkedIn and find me. Just text me like, hey Seven, I try my SOP in whiteboard and it works well. Everyone now understand better. Share with me. I will be happy to know that a lot. Okay? Because I really wanted to know how you guys experience and then how you guys put it in a real case study. So I think there's a lot. There's all. Any few more questions inside? Amiza say learn a lot. Oh, you also. Thank you so much. I think Pauline just now mentioned the Zoom class recorded. Just this one, I think you have to check with admin. I'm not sure about the sharing part. Okay. Phobia on Canva reduce. Yeah, don't scare about Canva. Canva is just a tool, and everything can be undo. So don't worry about that. Just try and do it. Okay. So wait, let me quit the screen first. Stop share. Fantastic that you guys learn a lot. So any other questions? Can we create quiz using Canva like Kahoot? Using Canva like, what is Kahoot? Kahoot is another tool. But you, of course, you can using Canva to create quiz. Just, that is actually a new function. Let me share the one. Okay. Can see my screen back, right? Canva have one function is auto quiz. I'm not sure what is that you're looking for, but let me share also. Just now I me asking, right? Okay, let me add a text box. Give me a fact cat. Too small. I want some bigger text. KLCC. And now the tallest now is TRX, right? No more KLCC, right? TRX is the tallest in Malaysia. This is a fact. So same thing, you click the magic writer. Inside down there, there's a new function called generate quiz. You can click and then wait for the quiz come out. So you will see a quiz here. What is the tallest building that people can actually answer? If I answer Petronas Tower and submit, supposedly it was wrong. It will show me the correct answer. So this is the quiz you can auto-create by Canva. And after you create, you just need to share the link of view, copy a link, and then share with people. There is the quiz again. So the other people can actually answer. Submitted, one correct, okay? So after that, you can see the response also. You click this quiz and then you can see the response from different people. Just now I click one wrong, right? Another incognito, I click the correct one. So that's why it's 50-50% of the correctness. So this one for whoever is teaching can try also lah. This is quite fun because you can actually, you don't need to think about the quiz. You just having one fact in the sentence and then you click magic right and just generate quiz. This one for now should be still a free function. So just, give a try. If you think that it's helpful for your team interactive, then you can use for it in the future. So I hope this answer your questions, Aini. Is there any certification provided for this course? I think Hamija questions you have to ask the admin later lah. Ask the Excel admin later. Okay, so let me just quit the sharing part or else I cannot see you guys much. Stop the sharing, then I can see the comment box more easier. Or else sometimes the comment box hiding somewhere, then I have to find it back. So that's all of today, I think. If you still have any questions, you can still ask in the comment. Thank you so much. Bye, Nova.
All right. Thank you, Miss Seven, for that excellent presentation. For those who registered through the NTW portal, your attendance have been recorded and the status will be marked as completed within 24 hours. Yeah. In the meantime, please do not withdraw your applications to generate your certs and do complete the T assessment. As for the video recording of this session, it will be available on our YouTube channel, Excel Academy Malaysia, by tomorrow. Thank you, all of you, for your participation and have a great day. And thank you, Miss Evan.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.